Good evening, everyone. How are you guys doing? I hope I'm clearly audible and we are online. You can just reply us and acknowledge that we are fine and audible. All right, chat. So everybody who has joined and who have already read the tag that we are going to be discussing about Django and Flask today. Well, let me give you some more intel upon that. We are going to be comparing these two frameworks of Python, which are used for handling web, and we are going to be giving you all the comparison points, all the clear points. Then you can decide for yourself which one you want to choose, which one you want to work with, which is in demand. We are going to answer everything. And hello everyone. You can reply me in the chat. All right. One more thing for this session, I want you guys to be very interactive throughout the session. So any query you have around the topic we have, or apart from that in general, which is viable to answer here, you can put that here in the chats. Okay, keep it very interactive. It is for you guys. One more thing, let me just give you a little brief about the session and the series that is going on. So this session is a part of our Geek Olympic series that is for whole July month. Each and every day we are coming up with new surprises for you, new giveaways for you, new sessions for you, and there are so many quizzes and different events happening. So you must go and check it out because still we have 1 week left for that. Today as well, we have planned something very exciting for you, and it is a giveaway. It is going to be in middle of the session. It could be our creator and the special guest who has come. He is going to announce more about it. So, without further ado, we know that we are going to be discussing about Django and Flask. A better person for that discussion is going to be Abjit Gupta. Well, he is a software engineer at Super High. Just give me a second, please, guys. Uh, Hello, Abjit. Are you online? Yep, he is. Yep, he is. I was just checking that. Okay, fine. So, guys, sorry, that was a little lag on my side. Yep. So Abjit is here. Abjit Gupta. He is a software engineer at Super Sourcing, and he is a very influential creator. He has more than 100K followers on Instagram, and you should go and check out his work. Abjit, over to you. I'm adding you to the stream. Hello, Abjit. The audience is here.
So yeah, hi Devashish. First of all, very thank you for inviting me. And first, let me introduce myself. So my name is
Sure.
Abhijit, and I have like something around 2 years of experience in Python Django, and I have built some very scalable application in my back company. Also, apart from this, I run my YouTube channel where I teach, you can say Python, Django, Flask, and all those stuff. So in this particular session we will be discussing about what should you pick when you are like when you have like good understanding of Python. So what framework you should pick, like whether you should pick Django, whether you should pick Flask. So we will be covering all those topics in this particular video. Also, if you have any doubt, any question, you can chat, you can reply, you comment, you can chat it over. We will pick the questions and answer to your question also. Also, one more very important thing. In this particular video, in this entire video, there will be three giveaways about Python course. And because as we know, like we when we are working with, you can say, frameworks like Django and Flask, the understanding of Python should be very awesome. And if you are not that much good in Python, or you can say DSN, if you haven't done DSN in Python, so then your problem solving ability will be very low. So if you want to boost your problem solving ability and your Python skill, then definitely you should check out this course. And we will be giving three giveaways in this particular entire live session. So please be sure that you stick, and we will be announcing those three giveaways, and we will be telling that how you can get the courses.
So, Abjit, I hope the audience is here and they will be willing and they would again be very excited to know what the giveaway is. We are not actually announcing it right away, but it is going to be very interesting. All right.
Yeah,
It is
yeah,
going to
sure.
be one of the courses. We'll tell you later what course that is. Furthering on with the discussion that we are here for. So, Abhijit, for one person who does not know about like much about frameworks, for him with a very naive perspective, if you want to elaborate, what is Django and what is Flask? So,
Okay.
for that,
So both you can say Django and Flask both are used for backend development. So if you are, you can say if you want to go into web development, you have like multiple options. We have like Flask, Python, Django, Tornado, and a lot of other framework as well. But these two framework like Django and Flask are one of the most popular framework among each and every company. If you are looking for job opportunities, both of these framework have amazing job opportunities, and also you can build very scalable application. So what Django and Flask are? Django and Flask are Python based framework, and you can build web applications using, you can say, Python, or using Python programming language, and those frameworks are, you can say, Django and Flask.
So, Abhijit, as you already told that you have worked with Django and Flask as well. So, for like with your perspective, which you have found more useful and which you have found more feature rich?
Okay, so talking about feature rich, there can be like multiple scenarios. It totally depend on you that in which scenario you want to build your application. So let's take an example. You want to build a micro application. You want to build a very short application. Then you can go with Flask. And if you are building a very gigantic application, then you can go with Django. Both of the frameworks are very awesome. And in terms of, you can say, feature richness, and apart from this, Django, you can say, surpasses Flask because Django has a lot of feature rich options. Like Django has batteries included, and in that batteries included, we can say it has built-in admin panel, it has built-in ORM, it has built-in authentication system, and it has built-in a lot of things which a Python, you can say, if you are building some Python application and you want to get started with all the things Django has already. Like you don't have to install any third-party application, any third-party library without for Django. But if we compare with Flask, in Flask you don't have like ORM. You have to install, you can say, a lot of third party ORM. The most famous is SQL Alchemy. You have to install SQL Alchemy, and you don't have like migration support. For that you have to install migration, and it's like just a micro framework. So what you can do is, it is not, it doesn't follow like any structure. But whereas if we compared about Django follows MVT structure. MVT is for model view template, but Flask has don't has like any structure. You can write the code as much as you want. Also, if you talk about, you can say, databases, so you can connect, you can say, any databases with both of the framework. Like Flask has, you can connectivity, you can connect MySQL, Postgres, or MariaDB, any database you can connect. And same applies to, you can say, Django also. Django, you can connect any of the database, like you can connect MySQL or Postgres, SQLite, which comes default in Django. So both of the frameworks, in terms of feature richness, I will pick Django because Django has a lot of feature rich options because it has already built batteries included. But whereas if we compare with Flask has, you can say, that much features are not available in Flask. So for this reason, I will be picking Django because this is one of the most, or you can say, built-in and advanced features which comes, and which a web developer needs. All those features are available in, you can say, Django.
Abhijit, so if I have to sum it up, I can say if we have some heavy lifting to do and we have to make a very feature-rich website, then we should be going with Django. Or and when we are making some project which is not very website intensive, or we can say like we have majorly data science work or work like that. Because just saw one question that Avinash has asked, which is best for data scientists. So I believe when we do not have any web heavy lifting to do, we can go with Python. Sorry, we
Yes,
can go with Flask,
Flask. We can go
right?
with Flask. But
Yeah.
also that depends. Like let's take an example. Right now, you don't have any scenario of you just want to use it for, you can say, ML, any data science project. Then you can go with Flask. But every time you have to keep in mind that maybe my application, or you can say my project, can be big gigantic framework. So if you want to build things rapidly fast, you can go with Django. And if you want, you can say, if you want to go with your own way, if you want to like built-in libraries and you don't want to install a lot of third-party libraries, then you can go with Flask. So that depends. Like if you want more feature-rich framework, then you can go with Django. And if you want like just a simple thing that there should be a Python server which your compresses, or you can say does some Python work, or does some artificial AI and ML things, or you can say data science thing, then you can go with Flask as well. So, but in terms of feature richness, I will pick always Django because Django is one of the best framework out there. None of the framework till now have, you can say, equivalent to, you can say, Django, because it's one of the very feature rich and very modern framework.
correct, and I agree with you because I have made some of the projects using Django as well. It does provides a lot of features, so that is a very big thing. And I hope Avinash has also somewhere or the other gotten his answer. If you do not have any heavy lifting to do, you can go with Flask. And if you want to make a website in which you are going to be requiring a lot of features, then you must go with Django.
Yes.
Just one more thing. If a person is starting from the beginning, from the scratch, so can you define like learning curve for both the frameworks? How one can learn?
Okay. So talking about learning curve, Flask has edge on it because it's a very micro framework, and if you want to do some CRUD operation, you can easily do it because your routes are on the same. You have to like write a decorator app.route and add a slash. It will append the route. But if you compare it with Django, it follows a pure, you can say, framework kind of a structure that you have MVT. You have to separate your URLs, you have to separate your views, you have to separate your HTML. But if you compare with Flask, you don't have to separate. If you can separate it, you can follow any structure, like you can follow MVC, MVT, any other structure, but directly built in, you can Flask don't have any, you can say, curve. So if you talk about learning curve of Flask is very easy if you compare it with Django and Flask. But you can say Flask has, you can say, a edge on learning curve. But if you are a, you can say, Python developer, and if you want to grow very rapidly, then you have to learn a lot of things. You have to learn that how actually framework works. So it's a kind of a thing that if you want to go with the advanced topics, you can definitely pick Django, otherwise you can pick Flask.
All right. So in brief, Flask, because like we have already said, it does not have so many features. That means it is a little easier to learn, right? So
Little
that
easier.
you do not have to work with everything, every module. You can just
Yes.
go with the basic CRUD operations.
Yes.
So on that side, you can say Flask is a little easier to learn. But if we talk about Django, we have to give it a little time because if we want to, like drive its fruits and like
Yes.
use its features, we do need to pay it some time.
Yeah.
So that is there. Along with that, there is one question in the charts. Well, to the charts, one thing you can keep on posting your questions. We will be taking them in the middle, as well as we'll be having a separate QA session at the last. So if you are here and we are not picking questions, we might pick that at the last. Right now, we can pick up Avinash's question. I think uh, he is asking, what are the present skills required for a backend development engineer? Abji, over to you.
So right now you can say the bar of backend developer is from here to here, and you have to learn a lot of things. So the first thing that I will recommend is to learn how to create REST APIs because a backend developer, what does it does? A lot of people are using, you can say, modern application like React, Vue, front, and you can say they are using Flutter for mobile app development. But so you have to learn how you can create REST APIs. The first thing you can do is you can do with Django REST framework, and you can do with Flask also. So first thing that you have, if you want to become a great backend developer, backend engineer, then you have to learn how you can create REST APIs. Then the next thing is about, you can say, building project. So if you want to go very far where you are right now, so you have to build multiple projects. Building multiple projects, like, that's not come to only CRUD operation, because CRUD operation are very easy, and anyone can build, you can say, in 1 week or 3 or 4 days after watching, you can say, some random Django videos. So CRUD operations are very basic. You have to build some project that uses some authentication mechanism, some, you can say, authorization. CRUD is also required, and also integrating a lot of third-party APIs. So let's say you created an application where you are integrating Razorpay. That is one of the great project. Also, if you are creating something that shares invoices, that generates invoices, e-commerce application, you can say real-time charting application. These kinds of application you should know. Also, apart from this, you have to learn about scheduling. Scheduling is very important because right now the task is distributed in the backend. So what you have to do, you have to learn about scheduling, caching, and you can say WebSockets are very important, because if you add all these things in your resume, your resume bar also gets from here to here. So everyone wants to recruit you. So if you want to become an awesome backend engineer, the first thing is you can learn about REST APIs. Next thing is create multiple projects, not limited to CRUD operation. You can create some authentication, authorization, e-commerce, or you can say integrate some third-party application. The next thing is about scheduling. Learn scheduling, how you can schedule tasks in Django, how you can use scheduler like Celery ho gaya, and a lot of other scheduler also there. Next thing is about caching. You have to learn about how you can add caching layer, what are the caching available. Then you can also, the fifth thing that I recommend is you can use also Elasticsearch is also available. So let's take an example. You have a very high and large database and you want to apply a very awesome index searching on there, so you can use Elasticsearch. So these are five of the points that I will recommend, and if you add all these points in your resume, then your resume bar comes from here to here, and everyone wants to, you can say, offer you a job.
I hope, Avinash, that answered your question. Okay, and furthering on to our session, I would again want to make the announcement. See, I think we have new audience joined. So, all the people who have joined just now, let me tell you, this is one of the very special sessions, and we are going to be announcing one giveaway by the end. So, you have to stick here and you have to be a part of this video. You have to be interactive in the chats, and then we'll launch the, you can say, a little task. Once you guys do that, then we'll be giving away one of the courses. We are not going to get revealed which course is going to be, but stay tuned with us here to find that out. Furthering on to the to our discussion, well, Abhijit, we have discussed like which of the frameworks is feature rich, which of the feature is easy to learn and dig in. But if we talk about the job market, so if you want to compare the job market for both the frameworks, how would it be?
So job market, I think Python has a lot of edge on it, because most of the companies that are, you can say, big product based companies uses Python in the backend, because they have to deploy their data science model, they have to deploy, you can say, machine learning, and a lot of a lot of Python stuff they have to use. Because without Python, it's in, if you are working in, you can say, any product based companies, they are definitely using some Python stuff, they are using some machine learning data science model. So in terms of, you can say, job market, Python is very easy. Now it comes to what framework you should learn so you can get a lot of job options, because right now the discussion is about Python and Flask, Django and Flask, so which has a lot of job opportunities. So if you compare about job opportunity, you will see Django has an edge on it, because Django is a big framework and it gives a lot of things, so most of the companies are relying on Django as well. But apart from this, you can also learn Flask also, because Flask has also job market. But if we compare, you can say, Django and Flask, Django has an edge on it, because most of the companies, most of the product based companies, most of the startups, or you can say most of the heavy tech, you can say, companies are using Django. But this is not the correct, like you don't have jobs in Flask. But if you compare with Django and Flask, Django has a lot of more job opportunities as compared to Flask. That you can check on LinkedIn, that you can check on any other website. You will see Django has more job opportunities as compared to Flask. So for, if you are looking for a, you can, let's take an example. You are in a, you are graduating, you are doing your, pursuing your BTech, or you can say BC, anything, and your end goal is to land a dream job. So you can do, what you can do is you can start learning Django. Django has an edge on it as compared to Flask.
Uh, well, furthering on with the discussion and also understanding all the points that you have been making, a clear thing is there that Django is more in demand due to its features, and the audience who are willing to learn one of the frameworks, depending upon them, for what they want to go. Again, just mentioning it. If they want to learn it quickly and they want to like make a website with basic run, you can prefer Flask. But if you want it feature rich and you want to stand out in the job market, prepare yourself with Java. That is
Yes,
what is needed, right? So Abji, I think we can take one question from the chats as well. Prasad is asking, can beginners learn Django after Python? What
yes,
is your take on that?
yeah. Beginners can learn using, you can say, Python. After learning Python, beginners can start Django, but they have to good understanding of, you can say, OOPS, because OOPS is one of the very important topics, and also you can say some core fundamentals of Python also, like how GIL works, what are decorators, what are generators, how you can achieve, you can say, threadings in Python, and also some really advanced topic about object oriented, like overriding, or you can say inheritance. All these topics, if you have all these topics in your pocket, then definitely you can start learning Django and you can easily master it. But if you don't have the understanding of, you can say, these topics like decorator, or you can create, you can say, function. If you're not good at data structures and algorithm, then it will take a lot of time, and you have to come back again to Python. First you will master Python, then you will again go to Django. So the road is clear. First learn Python thoroughly about advanced topic like decorator, generator, and master object oriented very very awesomely, because object oriented is one of the very very key feature about any framework. If you are in Django, if you are going to work, you have to implement a lot of, you can say, classes. If you have to inherit a lot of code, you have to sometimes override the code, and you have to use super method and a lot of things. So if you are not that good in, you can say, object oriented, then you will be leaving, or you can say you will be missing a lot of features about Django. And again you have to come back again to Python to learn Python, then you will again go to Django. So if you are a fresher, if you are, you can say, thoroughly understood about, you can say, core fundamentals about Python, then you can easily learn Django. That's the real answer.
Okay. I hope now, Prasad, you have got your answer. Well, there is one more person who is asking, is front-end knowledge like HTML, CSS, React, JS required for Django development? And if yes, then how much?
You can say HTML, CSS is required. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript is required, but not that much. But if your end goal is to become a backend developer, then at the end you will be creating REST APIs. But if you want to work in Django, Django and Django REST framework are two different things. So if you want to work in Django, then you have to create you can say, clear understanding about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. React is not compulsory, but you have understanding of React, then you can go with Django REST framework and integrate React and Django REST framework. But if you have understanding about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, then you can easily go with Django, because at the end in Django we don't use, you can say, React or any front end framework, because in Django REST framework, when we are creating REST APIs, then we use REST APIs, then we use React. Otherwise, if you are working purely in Django, then you have to write HTML, CSS, and JavaScript as well.
Um, I think, Raj, your question is answered. Well, furthering on with the discussion of Jeet, uh, as we have already talked about the job market, and you have already stated, like many of the companies and startups are working with Django, and some are specifically going on with Flask. Would you like to mention some of the name of the companies, so that if a person is targeting one specific, they can learn the particular technology?
So a lot of companies are using Django and Flask as well. Some of the more popular companies are Instagram is using Django, YouTube is also using Django, and a lot of other companies, you can say, startups are also using Django. And you can say, if you could talk about Flask, Reddit is using Flask, Airbnb is using Flask, Lyft, which is a, you can say, Ola and Uber of USA, and a lot of other countries are using Flask. So uh, if these big companies are using Flask and Django, then you can clearly see how much potential these frameworks have, because these companies do a lot of R&D before picking any framework, before picking any, you can say, programming language. So if these companies have a faith on Django and Flask, then definitely there is something really really amazing thing that developer of Flask and Django has done. So the job market of Django and Flask is totally really awesome.
Uh, yes, Abhijit, and being a mentor here at Geeks for Geeks, I must also tell that we do have a very heavy lifting and heavy loading to do with our website, and the whole backend is made using Django. So
Okay.
all the people that we are handling, like we have a big traffic there, and
Okay.
that
Yes.
is all handled by Django itself. So we as a company are also using Django. Uh, so you already told when we were discussing about like how like what are technologies one should know about backend, right? One if they are starting with backend. So continuing the same thing, like you already mentioned that how CRUD is not just sufficient. You should also be very familiar with REST APIs. So if I have to ask which one of the frameworks is going to be best for creating REST APIs and why?
Uh, that also like depend what kind of REST API you want to make. So in Django REST framework, you have multiple classes. You have like serializer, you have model view set, you have pagination classes. All the things are already built in. You just have to like import the classes and modify as your usage. So if you have your end goal is to create REST APIs as soon as possible, that again comes Django, because Django REST framework has a lot of features and they have already, you can say, built a lot of things that a normal developer is needed. So let's take an example. You want to create a complete CRUD. You just have to import one class that is called model uset, and your entire CRUD operation is done. You don't have to write anything. You just import the class, pass that class, pass the serializer class, pass the model name, and your complete CRUD operation is done. Like create, read, update, and delete, all are done. So same applies to pagination also. Like there are pagination classes available. There are authentication classes are also available. So you don't have to add anything. There are also permissions classes available. So every developer, you can say every project, the basic things are already ready in Django REST framework. So if you want to build rapidly things, if you want to build, you can say REST APIs very rapidly, then you can go with Django REST framework. That is really awesome. But if we compare with Flask, so I haven't seen like that much of support as compared to Django. There is no that much of support in Flask as compared to Django REST framework. So Django REST framework has again an edge on it.
Fine. So, like, concluding all of the discussion that we have, and the audience has been here interacting with us, I would want to ask, like, from the audience, are you guys now having a like clear perspective which one you should go with according to your needs? All the people who have been like who are here since the beginning and who have joined in middle, who have been paying attention to the conversation, I would want to ask to them, please answer in the chats. Now, do you have a little understanding and a clarity in mind which framework to choose? Uh, yeah. All right. Till we are waiting for the answers, we can pick any question from the chats. Okay. Raj is asking one more query. He's asking that how much TSA can be enough to get a decent backend job, to get a decent backend Django developer. See,
So
Raj, yeah, Abji,
yeah, go on, go on. Go on.
yeah. So if I have to like mention some points on that, uh, well, at every interview, which is for backend, there are technical rounds in which some of the DSA problems are asked. If it is very intensively development focused, then it is not going to be very, like very high level questions or very competitive questions. But you have to go on to a decent level because you could be having your data structures which are like non-linear, which do have a little heavy lifting to do, which do have recursions and backtracking and things going on. So you should at least be prepared with all the data structures and the basic algorithms. That is what my viewpoint is. Abjeet, would you like to add something on that?
Same. If you want to build a, you can say, complicated backend stuff, then you have to write the algorithm. And to write the algorithm, you have to first understand the basic data structures and algorithm. So let's take an example. You are building some algorithm that picks shortest path from your location to your grocery store. So you have to write the algorithm. So if you are not aware of the basic algorithm, so you won't be able to develop things. So the basic understanding of data structures and algorithm is totally is required. You can say if you are working as a backend developer. Not now, maybe in future you have to develop something. You have to develop a, you can say, algorithm where you have to, you can say, learn about data structures and algorithm. And data structures and algorithm have also been asked, you can say, most of the technical rounds. So if you are giving interviews, if you want to onboard it, then the first round will be your technical round where they will be asking about data structures and algorithm problem. And apart from this, data structures and algorithm are really used in the real world. You can say if you want to, not the core data structure and algorithm, but those data structure and algorithm give you an idea that how you can build your algorithms that are really important.
I hope your question is answered, Raj. And hello, hello, Shivanesh. So, people, I hope you are active because now is the time that we will be announcing what the giveaway is going to be about, what tasks you have to do, and what you will be getting. So, in the chat, if you can show some engagement, you can write +1. We'll know that people are active. And we will be continuing with the giveaway. So, Abhijit, over to you. Please explain what the giveaway is going to be about and what the audience has to do.
Okay, so giveaway is about, you can say, Python DSA course, and we will be giving, you can say, three giveaways, and we will be picking the giveaways. You just have to answer that why you particularly need this course. So someone will pick your answer, And if your answer is like really awesome, we'll be giving three giveaways to the three peoples. So what you are waiting for, you can answer.
All right, people. So we are going to be discussing about how the course is, what it will be offering to you, and we have already discussed about how like TSA is important if you want to get into a backend role. So just for that, we will be explaining the course to you. Till then, what you guys have to do, you guys have to answer why should we give this course to you for free, and what motivates you to learn about Python. Okay, this is the query. This is the question. You need to give the most creative answer in the charts. We will be picking up three people from the charts. Okay, so see, not many people are going to be answering. You have to be the one exceptional. Don't hesitate. Answer in the best creative way possible and being very honest. So we'll be reading your answers. Our people in the backend will be reading all of the answers, and they'll be picking three most interesting and deserving answers. And those three people will be getting this course, the Python DSA course, for free. Till then, let me show to you guys what that course has. Just give me a second. I'll be sharing my screen. Okay. Audience, you can tell me when my screen is visible. Audience, you can tell me if when my screen is visible. Fine. I think it is. So, Abjit, would you like to explain the course to our audience?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. So this course is totally for the people who are looking for Python DSA course, because most of the have seen there is no that much resources of, you can say, Python DSA course. So this course is really awesome, and the best part is this course is taught by Sandeep Jan, Mr. Sandeep Jan, who is the CEO of GFG, and the teaching skills are totally exponential. You can say you won't be seeing, the videos are really awesome, the content is really awesome, and the best part is you can crack most of the product based companies with this particular course. And can you little scroll or what are the topics available? Because the topics that are used in, you can say, any of the that are asked in any of the product based companies, any of the startup, all those topics are covered. Like, you can say, bit manipulation is also covered, linked list, recursion, backtracking, searching, and hashing is also covered, strings are also covered. So these are the core topics that are asked in most of the, you can say, product based companies. Most of the technical round, they will ask. Also trees are covered, heaps are covered, graphs, backtracking, dynamic programming. That is really, you can say, it's one of the most hardest topic in data structures algorithm. That is also covered, dynamic programming. And apart from this, the advanced data structure like trie is also covered, segment and binary, index trees are also covered. So these are one of the very advanced topic that no one teaches, and all those topics are covered. And you can see the reviews are also given. So a lot of people have like purchased this course, have bought this course, and they have gained a lot of, you can say, offers from multiple companies.
So I hope the audience is now very well aware that what they are going to be getting is not a small course, but a very famous and a very useful course. Now it is up to you how you are going to be using it, and we are ready for picking up people from the charts. So make sure everybody who is present in the charts, you need to answer the question. I'm repeating, for anyone who has joined right now, you could be very lucky and you can get the giveaway right away. The question is that what motivates you to get this course, and why do you want to, like what encourages you to learn Python from this course, Python and DSL. So you have to give the best possible answer in the chats, creatively, honestly, and we'll be picking up three people. Till we are going to give you some time. We are going to give you 5 minutes for answering it. Don't worry. But in the meantime, we'll be answering some of the questions from the chat. And Abjit, I think Mohit has been asking one question, which is personally for you. You can answer that. He is asking about the videos that you have been uploading. He's asking when will you upload more videos in Django playlist.
Yeah, surely I will start soon, because right now I'm getting a lot of office work, and I've engaged in a lot of multiple options. So I will be uploading soon. Don't you can say, then you can revise the previous videos, and soon like a lot of videos will be coming.
All right, people. So again, we have our audience speak now. The number of audience has been increased. People, we are doing the giveaway. We are in the middle of it. You need to answer the question that has been mentioned. You need to answer it in the most creative way. We are going to be picking up people to give this course for free too from the chats. So be creative with your answers in the chats, and who knows, you might get this course for free. So one more thing, what is the process? I'll tell you. When the winners are announced, that is going to be announced here only in more than like in just 5 or 10 minutes. What you guys need to do is once the winner is announced, we will be floating a form, and you need to fill up that form. And that form, we'll be taking your basic details from you, and you need to mention both your your professional name, and if you have some very interesting name for YouTube, then you have to mention that as well. So once we have received, you know that you are the winner and you have filled the form, we have received it. Within 40 to 50 minutes, you'll be receiving an email which will be containing the details for your seasons. So make sure you do not miss this chance. All right. Okay. Fine. Till the audience is, we are receiving the answers and those are being read. Okay. 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 We are receiving a lot of answers. Okay. I've been also reading the answers. Abjeet, you can read the answers as well. And if you
Yes.
find them interesting, then who knows, Abjeet can pick for himself. He's also writing, he's also just reading the charts and stuff. Okay, it's good to hear that people are serious about what they want to learn, and they are serious about the career and the choices that they are making. So I think we have gotten our first winner. Let's announce the name of him. Okay, so the first winner is okay. Abji, the name would be coming to you in the chats.
Okay.
Uh, Abji, you can look for the chats and you can announce the name.
Haven't got the chat.
If
Okay.
you can see in the
The
private.
first name is Krish.
So okay, Priyesh, are you here with us? Priyesh, are you here? Well, Mahesh, for that you need to give an answer. We still have two people to give this course to, and it could be you, but you need to give a creative and an honest answer. So the first one
Priyesh
is Priyesh. So Priyesh, if you are here,
has replied. Yes.
okay, 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 great, great, great. So you'll be getting a Google form. Just give me a second. If you scroll up in the charts, the Google form is already shared. It is at the top of the chart, and please tell me if you have found that Google form and filled it. If you found that Google form, you can just reply it here. Yeah. Yes, you need to fill up the Google form, and once you open up the Google form, just give me an acknowledgement here in the charts that yes, you have filled the Google form. Let's go on for the second person. Let's go on for the second person. Hmm. All right. All right. Let's choose the second person. Abhijit,
Okay. So
you can give the announcement for the second person.
so the second person is Raj.
So Raj, are you here? Raj has given like a very reliable answer, which is very honest, and how he can utilize this course to the fullest. So, Raj, are you here? You are the second person for the giveaway. Just reply in the chat, Raj, and you know what you have to do. You have to fill up the Google form that is present. You have filled the Google form. Great, great, great. You would soon be receiving. You would soon be receiving just 40 to 50 minutes. You would soon be receiving the link for the course. Now, Raj, you are here. You need to go fill up the form and give the acknowledgement here. Till then, we have to wait for the third person. Let's see who that is, who that will be. Okay, all right. Hmm. All right. Let's again call up the third and the final person who is one of the luckiest to receive this course. Abhijit, the third name must be with you. Please reveal the third name.
So the third name is Mohit Kumar.
Mohit, are you there? Mohit, are you still in the chats? You were wondering about when the new lectures of Django are going to be uploaded. Well, till then, you can pay attention to the DSNR. So, Mohit, where are you? Okay, okay, okay. We are not sharing the Google form separately. We have just commented it in the charts. You can see that is the form that you have to fill. Okay, Mohit. Once you get the form and that is opened to you, you can fill that and you can just give me the acknowledgement here. Okay. So I know that all the three people have successfully filled the Google form. Priyesh has filled it. I'm still waiting for the acknowledgement from Raj. Everyone in the audience, please congratulate these guys. These three are the lucky ones who have gotten this your Python DS course for free. So people, okay, okay, okay. Um, Raj, you need to acknowledge that if you have filled the Google form, and Mohit, please do it really quickly. Till then, oh, all right, we have gotten the acknowledgement from Raj. He has filled the form successfully. And people, Raj, Mohit, and Priyesh, it is a request from you. Once you have received the course, you have gone through the video, I want you guys to go and share your experience in your social media platforms. And don't forget to tag us. You can tag Abhijit, who gave you these courses. You can tag Geeks for Geeks and us, so that we know that our course is being utilized to the fullest from you guys. So people, there is no need to be disappointed. Let me tell you again, we are doing Geek Olympics. That is for whole July month. Stay tuned with us. We are coming up with giveaways very randomly. So be very sure, be very active, and make sure you pay attention when a giveaway is happening. Next time it could be you. All right. Don't be disheartened. You could be the next winner. Not maybe not for this one, but for the other course. So let's conclude this session. I hope everyone here has gained some knowledge, have all the comparison that we made. You have gotten some clarity in your head. After doing Python, which framework you can choose if you are going for web development. Abhijit has made everything very clear to you. So any query that you might have like further on with the topic, Abhijit would be there. You can reach out to his social media. He would be glad to answer, I am sure. Right, Abhijit?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Ajit, for taking out some time and coming here with us to give something useful to the audience. We always tend to invite people like you so that our audience can gain some knowledge from you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We were glad that you took the session. So let's conclude it. We have the successful winners here. Everyone, thank you. And chats, see you sometime soon. Okay? Wait for the next session. Thank you,
Yeah.
Abhijit.
Have
Thank
a
you, people. I'll be concluding it,
yeah.
everyone.